What if I told you that every idea in your head wasn't really yours? That clever tweet you thought you came up with, that deep late night shower thought, that original business pitch you proudly called your own. What if all of them were echoes, fragments, shadows planted there by forces you cannot see? We live in an age where culture, media, and now artificial intelligence recycle human thought at machine speed. And in that process, something sacred is quietly dying. That something is originality. This is not just about creativity, this is about control. Because when the originality of thought dies, freedom itself follows. And if you think you are safe, if you think you are immune, let me remind you control doesn't look like chains, it looks like comfort. It looks like convenience. It looks like the endless scroll that feeds your thoughts that feel like your own. If you want to learn how to fight back, hit subscribe right now because this channel is about reclaiming your mind before the algorithm take the last piece of it. Let's go deeper. Moving with first one, the illusion of originality. We are told since childhood that originality is rare, precious, and heroic. The lone genius, the rebel artist, the visionary who changed everything. But psychology shows us a harder truth. There is no such thing as a thought that comes out of nothing. Every idea builds on something else. Think of Shakespeare. Did he invent his stories? No, he borrowed myths, folk Foucault's older plays, but he rearranged them so skillfully that we call it genius. Think of Steve Jobs. Did Apple invent the personal computer? No. They reimagined Xerox ideas with style and storytelling. Even Einstein didn't invent relativity from the air. He built on decades of earlier physics and mathematics. So what's happening here? Psychologists call the cognitive recycling. The brain doesn't manufacture brand new raw thoughts, it reorganizes existing fragments. But here's the dark twist for you. Corporations know this. They don't sell originality, they sell the feeling of originality. When you see slogans like think different, be yourself, break free, you are not breaking free. You are following a script written decades before. Even rebellion is pre-packaged. Punk music, goth aesthetics, streetwear, all designed, commodified, recycled, sold back to you as thought. You invented it. And the cruelest part, we cling to originality as a proof of individuality, while unknowingly walking inside someone else's blueprint. Moving with next one, media, memes, and the recycling of the mind. Now let's look at today. Open TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram is the same sounds, the same dances, the same jokes, recycled endlessly with tiny variations. Why? Because algorithms punish originality. Algorithms reward repetition. If you copy a trend, you rise. If you invent something risky, you vanish. This is what I call algorithmic Darwinism. In this digital jungle, only the recycle survives. But it doesn't stop with entertainment, it goes deeper into psychology. There is this concept called the illusion of truth, in fact. The more you hear something, the more real it feels, regardless of whether it's true. So, memes, slogans, catchphrases, they don't just entertain you, they program you. They embedded themselves into your brain until you forget they weren't yours. And here's the scariest part for you. When repetition shapes belief, originality doesn't just die, it becomes dangerous because originality breaks the pattern and system don't like disruptions. So slowly we learn to stop thinking differently. We learn to recycle because recycling gets rewarded. And this is how originality is starved out of existence. Moving with next one, AI and the synthetic culture factory. Now we reach the new player in the death of originality, artificial intelligence. AI can now write scripts, create songs, paint pictures, mimic human voices, generate faces that never existed. But here is the secret no one tells you. AI doesn't create, it recombines. It looks at billions of data points, samples from human culture, and then meshes them into hybrids, which means every so called original AI idea is just a remix. But here is what where it gets dangerous. When AI content floods the internet, humans start imitating it. Writers copy AI's phrasing, musicians rely on AI loops. Audiences get used to AI aesthetics and demand more of it. And what happens when the majority of culture is machine recycled? Human originality begins to fade because the machine's blueprint become the norm. Advertisers love this. They can create infinite variation of campaigns all tuned to your psychology. Politicians love this. Narrative control can now move at machine speed, scaling propaganda like never before. But for humanity, the cost is our imagination itself. Moving with next one, cultural programming and the collapse of free will. Here is the dark truth for you. Originality isn't just about art, it's about free will. From childhood, culture program us with values, traditions, normal behaviors. That's natural. But add media repetition, algorithmic filtering, and AI driven curation, and your reality itself becomes a script written by someone else. Did you choose your favorite music, or did Spotify decide it for you? Did you form your political beliefs, or did Facebook algorithm feed you the same headlines until one side felt inevitable? This is not freedom. This is the illusion of freedom. Behavioral economists show humans rarely make rational choices. We follow nudges, small cues that guide us subconsciously. Now imagine nudges designed by AI, scaled by billion-dollar companies, tested against billions of users until they know exactly how to move your mind. That's not free will, that's scripted will. And originality cannot survive inside a script. Moving with next one, case studies of hijacked originality. Let's bring it down to reality. Fashion. Every decade, trends come back. Vintage, retro, Y2K. These are not accidents. They are manufactured cycles of nostalgia. Originality disguised as history. Moving to music. The same chord progressions dominate radio hits. Familiarities feel safe, so originality is rejected. Moving to politics. Every campaign uses the same words change, hope, freedom, different faces, same recycled script. Moving to education. Students are rewarded for memorizing pre approved answers, punished for divergence. Creativity is squeezed out of the classroom. In every one of these cases, originality is treated like a threat and recycling is divided like survivor. Moving with next one, escaping the death of thought. So, what can you do? First, silence the noise. Your deepest thoughts emerge when you disconnect. No phone, no feed, just you. Second, cross pollinate. Study things outside your field. Psychology plus business, philosophy plus science. The edge of originality lives where worlds collide. Third, question the easy thoughts. If it feels obvious, ask who benefits from me thinking this way. Fourth, defend your attention. Attention is currency. Guard it fiercely. Every stolen second is a stolen original thought. Going with next one, the future of originality. The future is dividing. One path will remain trapped in recycled loops, consuming machine-made culture, living inside pre-written scripts, safe, predictable, controlled. The other path, a smaller world of rebels who dare to think differently, truly differently, who rejects loops, who risk discomfort for authenticity. Original thought will not die completely, but it will become rare, a rebellion, a superpower. The question is, will you be one of those rebels? Moving with final words. Originality is dying, not because humans stop being creative, but because systems are designed to recycle. But you don't have to surrender. You can reclaim originality. You can protect your mind. You can think thoughts that are truly yours. And if you are here watching till the end, that means originality is still alive inside you. Subscribe right now. Join me in defending the last frontier of freedom, the originality of your own mind. Because in the end, the death of original thought isn't about creativity, it's about humanity. And the battlefield is you.